All right, good evening. I'm 5 News meteorologist Stephen Elmore. We're hopping back on here just because we have several severe thunderstorm warnings, but they're all in the same area from when the last time we updated you was. All of these severe thunderstorm warnings are currently in the Boston Mountains, portions of southeastern Madison County into Franklin County and Johnson counties, and all of these pop-up thunderstorms continue to pop up right across portions of Madison County, and they start to blow up, and they're going to see some large hail moving through, and then they're starting to die down just a bit. So same area as we talked about last time across the Boston Mountains, producing a lot of damaging hail and some strong wind gusts, prompting those severe thunderstorm warnings heading into this evening hours. I'm going to show you our hail tracker going on right now of where exactly the latest hail is. And again, you can already see just by the colors of some of these picking up by radar that we've seen some damaging hail over the past couple of hours. Again, across the Boston Mountains, you see this pink and purple. That was some large damaging golf ball size hail. And now we're starting to see some of these scattered cells start to try to pop up once again. Now, the good news is a lot of this environment has already been tapped. We're already seeing those cooler temperatures across portions of southeastern Madison County. So we may be seeing some small hail across St. Paul and portions of the Boston Mountains. But outside of that, our large hail is already coming to an end. We'll be watching these cells to see if they try to grow once again. But this is only the first of several rounds that we're expecting. Hail has been our main concern so far, but some damaging wind gusts are possible throughout the rest of this evening as well. Switching back over to radar just to show you these are all isolated cells right now, just kind of popping up out of nowhere. Since temperatures are so warm today, dew point values are extremely elevated. That's why we're kind of seeing these systems almost come out of nowhere, and then they produce some of that large hail, some strong wind gusts, and then they start to fade out. So really isolated area here across portions of the Boston Mountains. We'll give you a look across northwest Arkansas and the River Valley. A lot of places have yet to see anything so far, and for the most part, it's going to be very scattered, very isolated throughout the rest of this evening. So a lot of northwest Arkansas has continued just to see a lot of sunshine, temperatures still warming. Most of the River Valley has also seen clear skies so far today. We'll start to work in more of those chances of some pop-up thunderstorms once we head into the rest of this evening. We also have our Facebook Live chat up if you have any questions for tonight. There's a few questions seeing so far. A lot of folks watching from Fort Smith. Again, so far, you haven't seen much. We're going to pull up Futurecast radar or Futurecast just to show you what you could see heading into the night tonight. Definitely the greater chance is going to be towards our southeast, places like Scott, Logan, Johnson, and Franklin counties. But here is a look at our Futurecast to show you what's going to be expected as we head closer to dinner time and the rest of this evening. So it's currently 4 o'clock. So Futurecast doing a pretty good job. This radar is underneath our HRRR model, and doing a pretty good job pointing out the severe thunderstorms across Madison County and Johnson County. But as we head into the rest of this evening, we'll be seeing if we start to see some of these scattered, isolated showers trying to cross over the severe limit, push further out towards the west. So here's a look at 4:30, 5:30, and most of the activity, again, going to be staying in Franklin, Johnson, Logan, and Scott counties. Now, we could see a few of these isolated thunderstorms try to cross into Crawford and Sebastian counties as we head into the evening hours, but that's our main window for the potential for some severe weather, and we'll be tracking that as we head on throughout the rest of the night. Once we get close to 7, 8 o'clock, mostly just some rainfall, all that potential for some severe weather pushing out closer towards central Arkansas, and then we'll be done for the night. Cooler temperatures heading into tomorrow after this cold front pushes through, and then we start to warm up later on into the week. So I'll show you once again what Futurecast is trying to alert us towards is mainly Johnson, Logan, Franklin County is going to be affected at least for the next couple of hours. Can't rule out the possibility of seeing some of those scattered thunderstorms across portions of Crawford, Sebastian counties. I think for the most part, eastern Oklahoma is going to stay clear for tonight, but we will be watching that just to make sure that we don't see any of those pop-up thunderstorms try to pop up across portions of Sequoia in LeFlore County as well. Of course, we do have that severe thunderstorm watch for most of our viewing area outside of Benton and Carroll counties. We're pulling that up right now. Only 2 counties out of 5 country left out of the severe thunderstorm watch. And this is what that watch is going to look like right here. All right, so that's severe thunderstorm watch highlighted in pink here. So again, you're seeing all these puffy clouds trying to bubble up here. That's what's going to first produce some rainfall and then quickly transition over into the potential for some strong wind gusts and some hail. When we first had our first warning across Madison County, it's immediately turned into a severe thunderstorm warning. Those clouds bubbled up so fast and started producing hail so quickly that it immediately crossed over the threshold for a severe thunderstorm warning. Severe thunderstorm watch all highlighted in pink here, so eastern Oklahoma, most of northwest Arkansas, all of the River Valley included until 10 p.m. tonight. Benton and Carroll counties have been left outside of this watch for this evening, but we'll be tracking all of 5 country as we head on throughout the rest of the night tonight. So far, the reason we're just hopping back on here is just this mess that we're seeing across the Boston Mountains. Several severe thunderstorm warnings, probably have close to 6 or 7 here at the time, and since we've seen multiple systems over and over again, we also have that flash flood advisory since we've seen a lot of rainfall over the past hour or so. Flooding not going to be one of our main concerns heading into the rest of this evening, but with a special coincidence like this where we see just several thunderstorms in a row popping out of the same area, that's when we start to see some of those flooding problems. We'll go through chat one more time, and then we'll start to wrap things up ahead of our 5:30 newscast. If we do have any more warnings outside of the Boston Mountains, we're going to try to keep you updated for folks who live in this area. But so far, all the River Valley, eastern Oklahoma, northwest Arkansas, outside of Madison, southern Madison County has pretty much seen nothing so far today. So this environment is going to be tapped out here pretty soon. If you are living in these areas, again, you've seen that heavy, damaging hail so far. Radar's estimating probably close to golf ball size hail, and we are going to see the chances for some smaller hail trying to move in here over the next 30 minutes or so, but much cooler temperatures than the rest of 5 country in southern Madison County now, just because of all that energy being used up already. So the rest of the evening, these areas that haven't seen much, like the River Valley, eastern Oklahoma, and portions of northwest Arkansas, that will be our turn to have potentially the same type of severe thunderstorm warnings occurring, where we're going to see large hail, not as damaging of wind gusts, and some heavy rainfall. Some folks watching from Clarksville. I think for the most part, this has stayed just north of Clarksville. Yeah, so folks in Clarksville watching. Again, this area, actually I'm going to scroll down just a little bit. Just last weekend, this area right through here, through Scranton, south of Clarksville, this is where that tornado was last weekend. So a lot of folks probably a little nervous that the same area is getting some more of that severe thunderstorm activity. For the most part, staying towards the north, though, and this is really just going to be some hail this weekend. We can't rule out the possibility of having a brief spin up or two heading into the rest of this evening, but for the most part, hailers are just going to be our main concern heading into the rest of the evening. Earlier, when the National Weather Service put out that severe thunderstorm watch, they used words like up to apple-size hail as a potential heading into tonight, and wind gusts potentially up to 85 mile an hour. Now, we haven't reached those damaging wind gusts just yet, only reaching up to anywhere from 60 to 65 mile per hour wind gusts, but our hail has definitely occurred. I'll show you that hail track one more time before we wrap things up here of what could potentially be happening across the rest of 5 country heading into this evening. You see this dark purple here kind of covered up by this gray spot right here as more hail has moved through, but you can get the idea that some large hail has moved through a while ago across portions of Johnson County, and this potentially could be occurring through some untapped environments across the River Valley as we head into the rest of this evening. Again, that level 3 enhanced risk further southeast you live across Johnson, Logan, Franklin counties. Now, we won't rule out the possibility of the other places across 5 country seeing some of that severe weather heading into the rest of the night tonight. We'll keep on tracking it as we get more of these severe thunderstorm warnings popping up across 5 country. As for now, though, keep it here, keep it local, and as always, we'll keep you advised.